Hello. Check out all our social medias. Follow us all over the place. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all there. Set those notification settings up because we're posting stuff all the time. So you want to make sure you catch up with those. And without further ado, we want to introduce our guest, Philo for the World. Thank you for coming, man. Appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you for
Yeah,
having
you
me,
want to go ahead and
boys.
tell the fans a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a producer, DJ, primarily in the house music genre. More specifically, like deep house and melodic house. Been DJing for about 5, 6 years and been taking it seriously, trying to do something with this for the past 2 or 3 years, and then just started producing as well. So just trying to spread the house music vibes with the world, bro.
Awesome, man.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
In Spain. So I was in Spain and moved there in December of 2019, late December, right before Christmas, I think, or right after Christmas, excuse me. And then I stayed there until July, and there was a 2 month quarantine basically where we couldn't leave our houses for
Wow.
reasons other than the grocery store or the pharmacy. It was like 65 days or something. So me and my roommates just did random things. And I feel like playing soccer my entire life really bumped up the amount of international connections I have.
Did you do travel?
Yeah, so I played Premier and then a little bit of Academy right before I went to university.
Can you tell people what the premiere is? Like,
It's just like a classification of how serious I guess it's taken, how many times a week you practice, what tournaments you participate in. There's like a whole committee that regulates what's Premier, and then Academy would just be like the club teams for, or like the club teams for professional teams usually. So they have like a path to more likely than not if they're an Academy team.
was that something that you were chasing when you were younger?
Yeah, definitely something that I chased for a long time in my life. After I graduated, I moved back to Brazil, and I played in the third division there for half a season. But I think I kind of got saturated with the sport, and I was like,
Why do you think that happened?
I don't know. I think I was happy with what it had done for me. It was lucky. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to have it pay for my university. I didn't have like any student debts, so
That's
Nice.
clutch.
Yeah,
That's super
absolutely.
clutch.
and I wanted to focus on other things in my life. Had found this not newfound, but more developed and more deeply rooted passion in music and trying to do that and DJing. And then on top of that, I also kind of wanted to invest in my studies in my academic life, maybe get a master's. I think, like I said, I got to the end of the road with soccer, so I kind of just realized, okay, like if I really want to do this, like it's now or never. If I'm gonna make this decision to take this from like uh, something that I do or something that was a factor in my education, or is this like who I'm gonna be for a long period of my life? Am I gonna play soccer or am I gonna do something else? I got to the end of line of that like thinking, and I didn't want to do it as much. And DJing and like music has always been like a secondary passion. Like I've always played random instruments, or my parents are both pastors, so I grew up in church. And being a pastor's kid, you kind of have to like assume random roles when people aren't there. Like you're always there, so you kind of know how stuff works. And then like there's like, all right, today like there's no sound guy, so you're the sound guy. Okay. Okay, like, oh, there's no guitar player. Okay, I guess I can figure out these four chords. And it was never very serious, but it got to a point where I enjoyed it a lot. And then that's where like house music is something that is not always so. It's a lot. It's very expressive. Like the songs aren't always the most complex. The songs aren't the most melodically complex or harmoniously complex. Like just it's a kick drum and a clap. At the kick drum, it's very frequently the clap hits every 2 bars. There's like a slight formula, but it's very expressional, and it's like you can explore a lot of things.
Vibe.
It's the vibes, and it's the people, like the people in the house music scene. Parties are always nice, and yeah.
Where do you post most of your music? Just so people can go over and find it.
It depends what it is. My like self releases usually on Spotify. My most recent one is called Vintage Noise. So if you just search Philo, FI-LO, and then Vintage Noise on any streaming platform, that's my song with a good friend of mine, Ryan. I think his alias is Hendu. Yeah, I believe that's correct, Hendu. I also we made the song in my kitchen in Spain.
Nice.
Yeah, we just set up it was like the first apartment I lived in. I don't know how this happened, but two of my other roommates also produced and also used Ableton. And they said, "Oh yeah, like we make noise here all the time. No one cares." So it was sick. It was like a production workshop every
Word.
weekend. We didn't have a living room. So we would just like we would just set up in the kitchen. There was no common room apart from the kitchen. It was like 5 rooms and a kitchen and a long hallway.
Mhm.
So we would just put speakers up, put a microphone or whatever we needed. We had a MIDI keyboard, and we would just take turns. Like, okay, I'll make something for myself, and we could work together. And then we all kind of made different genres of music. Like one guy made like trap, one guy made like heavy techno, and then I was a little bit more like tech house.
Yo, reminds me of Pacha, man. Every room is different, a different genre.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and then just recorded it with him. But that's like self that I self-release. I have some stuff on smaller like house music labels. Two from Sevilla. One I think it's called Wanna Dance Records is one. I have an EP on there called like Apollo's Cascade or something. I have a really weird way of naming stuff. I just
How do you come up with all the names for your stuff?
usually about 95% of the time the project file name is the name of the song when it comes out. So I'll sit there and I'll just start making a groove. I usually start with percussive elements, so clap, kicks, bongos, whatever. I'll make a groove, make like a 8-bar loop, and then start extending it. And then it gets to a point where I have to save it so I can work on it later.
Okay.
And I just save like the first thing that comes to my mind. First thing I put it down or how I'm feeling.
That's a creative way. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I wish I could show you some of the project file names because they're like, sometimes it's like a play like depending on the sample I use or something. So I recently sampled a video of like Maradona, R.I.P. as well, talking about cocaine, and he's talking about like how much of a better player he would have been if he didn't use cocaine. So like that track that should be coming out this year. It's called God's Knows.
God's Knows.
Yeah, in Spanish.
I love that.
Nariz de Dios, or like something like that.
All right, guys. This has been Philo. I thank you all for watching. It's been entertaining with you guys. Thank you everybody that's participated. I love all the interactions. Keep asking questions. Make sure you guys go over to the YouTube, subscribe, get those notification settings set up. Please support us. Go ahead and share and like the stream. And if you guys have any comments, suggestions, put those down below. We listen to everybody, and we love you guys. Thank you all for your time. Goodbye. See you all.
See you later, guys.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Anything's possible.
Yeah.